What is up, guys? It is GirlGotGamee here, and I'm bringing you a search and destroy on hard hat. I had a request to do a search and destroy game from Skillet Head 2, so here's the search and destroy game. Sorry if I don't sound really perky today. It's been a rough day. I gave blood a little while ago, so I'm kind of tired, I guess you could say. But anyways, I want to stick to my 2 videos a week. I know last week I kind of fell off of that because of some stuff that happened last week. So this week I'm not going to let that happen again. I'm just going to fight through it and hope for the best. So don't be too hard on me. One thing I really want to talk about, I've been wanting to do this video for a while. It's kind of been in the back of my mind. So I'm going to do it today. But I don't want you to think like I know everything. I really don't. This is just my opinion and what's worked for me. I've been in the relationship that I'm in for a really long time, and we're going strong, going great. So I'm just going to share my relationship tips with you guys. Things that have worked for me and things that I've learned from. Like I said, I'm nowhere near perfect. Neither are me nor my boyfriend. And we have both learned from stuff, and in past relationships have learned from these things. But these are the things that have kept us going. Number 1 was trust. You have to trust one another. There is not going to be one relationship that's going to work without trust, because without trust you have jealousy. Jealousy will break any relationship apart. If let's say your boyfriend or girlfriend goes out with the opposite sex and just as friends, because I know my best friend is a guy, and a lot of my really close friends are guys. Me and my best friend are together all the time. I go to his house all the time, just hanging out. I mean, we go and play Xbox or go and work on schoolwork. I mean, things like that. We go out to eat, but it's nothing more than friendship, and my friend knows that, and so does my boyfriend, and we let each other live a life with friends of the opposite sex because we trust one another. And you have to have that there, because with jealousy, neither one of you are going to be able to have a life, and you're always going to have some kind of conscience in yourself, thinking, am I doing the right thing? Will my mate be jealous of what I'm doing? And you don't want that. You want your relationship to be a free-flowing thing. So number 1 is trust. Number 2 is honesty. You have to be honest with one another. If something's going on in your life and you don't tell one another, it could lead to something even worse and end up in a fight. Me and my boyfriend have learned from this, because I used to want to hold everything in, and to an extent I still do. I want to hold a lot of things in because I don't feel like my problems should be put upon someone else. But in a relationship, you become the other person. You are one. Together you are one, and you have to share the good and the bad. And that's one thing I'm still learning too. But you have to be honest with one another, because if it is something like for example, if there's a rumor that gets started about you, but you hear about it but don't say anything, and it gets to your significant other, it could lead to a fight because you are not honest with them about it, and they could think it's true, if that makes any sense at all. But you definitely have to be honest. Number 3 is agree to disagree. You're not going to find one person in this world who is exactly like you. You're going to have some kind of differences somewhere, and you have to accept that. They're a different person than you are, so you have to accept the fact that you're not going to be exactly like them, nor are you going to agree on everything. So agree to disagree. Number 4 is needed space. It's important to spend quality time together, but it's also important to do things that you like to do, or to give your partner space. There are clingy people that want to be attached to their significant other 24/7, but that could lead to bad things because the other person may not be as clingy. Like me, I'm not a super clingy person. I don't have to need my significant other there all the time. Like, I don't mind if he's with me all the time, but I don't need someone, let's say, on top of me. Well, that kind of doesn't sound right. Let's say on my arm all the time. I don't need that. And he's more clingy than I am, and we have to agree to disagree. But just give them their needed space. Let them do things that they want to do. Number 5 is communication. If you have a problem going on, nothing will ever be fixed without communication. You have to talk to one another. Let each other know what's going on in your life. A relationship is not going to work if you do not communicate with one another. Number 6 is try new things. A lot of couples break up from being quote-unquote bored of one another, and that's because they don't try new things. They don't go on dates. They don't go bowling. They don't things like that keep the relationship fun. You have to put a little spice into it. I mean, just saying hey to each other and going and sitting at home watching a movie all the time is not going to cut it. One or the other is going to get bored. So you have to try new things. You have to keep the kid in you and go on those dates, go out to dinner. And even if it's once a week, I mean, once every other week, you still have to just let the kid come out, I guess, and go out and have fun and do those things that, and maybe you personally don't like what the other person wants to do, but that's part of being in a relationship. You have to accept what the other person wants to do, and maybe the next week do something that you want to do. But to keep the relationship going, you have to keep trying new things. Number 7 is be there for one another. Every relationship's going to go through bumpy times, and it may not be the relationship itself that's going through a hard time. It may be the other person who has things going on in their life that is hard on them, and you need to be there. You need to be that shoulder to cry on. You need to be that person that they call on the phone at 2 in the morning. You have to, like I said, you are one person, so when they hurt, you hurt, and you hurt with them. You share everything with them, and you have to help them through things. Number 8 is split responsibility. I know a lot of relationships that have broke up, marriages in particular, because all the responsibility is set on one person. They go into the old ways, I guess you should say, where the woman does all the housework and the man goes out in the world and gets a job. Well, the world's changed, and the man and the female both get jobs now, and therefore the responsibility at home is split. If you have kids, I mean, it takes 2 people to have a kid, and it takes both responsibility to raise a kid. The same as in a relationship, it takes 2 people to make a relationship. One person cannot be putting in all of what's needed to have a relationship. It's a equally based thing. You both have to put in 50%, and if it's any more, any less, the relationship is not going to work. It's gonna go haywire at some point. Number 9 is, it kind of sounds, I don't really know what it sounds like. It kind of sounds bad, but it's a really important factor, is maintain your health. Because you think to yourself, if your partner was just nasty, had really bad manners, just did not keep themselves clean, you aren't going to want to be around them as close as a relationship should be. You might just want to be friends, therefore you don't have to sit really close to them or anything like that, because they don't maintain their health. And no one wants to be around someone with really bad manners, because it's just embarrassing. If someone can't control themselves, then how are they going to be able to control a relationship? Because remember, a relationship takes 2 people. If someone can't control their half of the relationship, then the relationship's not going to work. So be able to control your own health. I mean, stay sanitary, I guess. Just be clean about yourself, not only your physical self, but your mental health as well. Just be clean and have nice manners. And number 10, the big thing, is be yourself. If you go into a relationship not being yourself, then once your true self does come out, the relationship's not going to work, because the person that you're with fell in love with you for who they thought you were. So when you go into a relationship, just be yourself, and don't change for the other person, because you're the person your partner fell in love with. You're the person that they wanted to be with. So if you change, they're not going to want to be with the new you. So just be yourself. That way you're happy, and so is your partner. And same with the person you're in love with. If they change, that's going to definitely break up a relationship. So that's a very important one, is just be yourself. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.